Through Dunmore's proclamation on November 7, 1775, John Murray, the royal governor of Virginia, urged enslaved people to escape their captors and join the Loyalist forces. The British saw this as an opportunity to bolster their ranks and weaken the American colonial system.
But Lord Dunmore was not an abolitionist. He was thinking purely military. This wasn't necessarily done as a moral thing. He was a slave owner himself.
Within 1 month, 300 Black men and women had escaped slavery and enlisted. And that number grew into the tens of thousands in the years that followed. Nervous about this influx of Loyalist manpower, Washington lifted his restriction on free Black men. And soon, enslaved men would also enlist, often coerced by their owners. By the end of the war, some 9,000 Black men were fighting for the Patriots. So how did the Patriots persuade Black men to fight for a colonial system that oppressed them? And how did the Loyalists convince people to risk their lives escaping slavery? The answer lies in 3 major promises: fairness, freedom, and land. Let's unpack these promises. First, the promise of fairness. Many Black men expected fair and equal treatment while fighting for the Patriots. This was sometimes true, but not always. Black soldiers mostly received the same pay and provisions as their white counterparts. That said, they often served longer terms than white soldiers, weren't promoted to high rankings, and their pension payments delayed or completely denied when the war was over.
A number of men of color were not given their pensions because they would not believe that they actually served. Unless you brought a white person that could vouch for you, 9 times out of 10, they're going to deny you your pension.
On the Loyalist side, it soon became clear that promises of freedom, more on that later, did not mean fair treatment while serving. Many Black soldiers were relegated to servitude or manual labor jobs in the toughest conditions. Take the Black Pioneers, for example. The Pioneers were an all-Black British regiment who mostly filled engineering, construction, and labor roles. And they often worked in harsh conditions at the most dangerous battles.